Here's a good question for you to debate and stew on today. Which is better? Memorize prayers that you might repeat over and over again in life, or from the heart prayers, a prayer that you would make up as you go? Well, let's think these through a little bit today. A from the heart prayer can be a very special thing. After all, it's from your heart. It's something that's on your mind. It's pertinent to the present. It's what's going on in your life or in the world right now, is what's on your mind. There's nothing better than taking your cares to your Heavenly Father who cares about you, just as precious as a child going to their father here in this world. Now, as good as from the heart prayers can be, I know how my prayers go. And very often, I pray a lot about myself, and I forget to pray about certain things, world events, other people. I ramble on, I go on tangents, or I just fall asleep. So this is where memorized prayers can be a great blessing too. They usually have a very definitive start and end. They're very focused. If someone took the time to write this, and especially the more well-known ones, they're probably well-known for a reason. They have great content about things or events or maybe certain people. After all, let's not forget, the most famous prayer of all time is a memorized prayer, the Lord's Prayer. The disciples came to Jesus and said, "Lord, teach us to pray." And note that Jesus didn't say, "Well, you just kind of ramble on and just say whatever's on your mind and that'll be fine." No, Jesus taught them to say certain things specifically with great content and great meaning and to repeat it over and over again. On the other hand, I know the downside of these kinds of prayers, if you can say there's a downside to prayer, it's because of my own weakness. Maybe you've seen this before or done it yourself. It's getting in that rote routine and the habit that you just say the same thing over and over again. Like, "Our Father who art in heaven, what time is it now? Is church almost done yet? Is it time to go home?" Or I think about my son when he was like 3 or 4, and we were doing one of those famous bedtime prayers, and I look over at him, and all of a sudden I see he's upside down going like this. "And now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep." And I thought, oh, no. We're going to start this one all over. This is not what it's about. So what's the answer to the question, which is better, a memorized prayer or a from the heart prayer? And maybe it's obvious. Neither's better. They're both great. So my suggestion to you, mix it up a bit. Have your prayers that are pertinent to right now, the things that are on your heart. Take your cares to the Lord. But then sprinkle in some great memorized prayers too. Of course, use the Lord's Prayer, but maybe look up some of the more famous bedtime prayers, or what people sometimes call the common table prayers. If you don't know those, go Google them and find a search for those. Or maybe use some songs or hymns or psalms from the Bible. Those are great prayers to memorize too. Either way, know that all of your prayers that you bring to God by faith, He is glad to hear and answer every time.
Did you enjoy this video? Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss a single message. Click right here.